All right, here's Ken's top 10 plugins of 2024. These are all the plugins other than ALLCOMP, of course, that I discovered that really went into my arsenal this year. Number 10 is Spice Rack from Process Audio. These are the Pure Mix guys, so if anybody needs an education, go over to Pure Mix. I love this. This has got a bunch of, like, if you know me, I like vibe boxes. Anybody can build an EQ or a compressor, and, you know, I have my choices there. But this just gives me a ton of really cool, different choices really quickly. This bright, dark thing I like a whole lot. So this is just, it's kind of like a tilt, but it works a little bit differently. And then you can kind of push into drive, you can test tube, and you can get it. Okay. Number 9 is Mixwave Hazelrig VLC. I met the Hazelrig guys when I went to Sweetwater to Mike Miller's masterclass in Atmos. And they were all doing Atmos recording together. The Hazelrig guys are brilliant. And this VLC plugin is Bananasville. It's like this high boost is, you start pushing the high boost, and it's like, you know something's happening, but it doesn't sound like EQ, and it just sounds like it keeps getting better. And then you go too far and you're like, okay, I know that's too far, but it still sounds so good. And then you back it off and you find the sweet spot. This thing has an uncanny way of really opening up a mix beautifully without making it like harsh. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but well done. Okay, number 8 is Seventh Heaven Pro. Just London Plate's one of my favorite. It's on this. I use the non-lens on this a bit, and I scroll presets a lot on this. If I'm thinking like I don't know what I want, I'm just going to scroll presets. Usually Seventh Heaven Pro is my first. And then Safari pedals. Man, they make so much dope shit. This Fox Echo Chorus, an album that I mixed this year in Atmos. The mixer used this on all of the original lead vocals, and the only place I could find that modeled it was Safari pedals, and they crushed the modeling of this. This thing, it's again, it's another vibe box. You see what I relate to. All of these different things do different things, and they impart crazy different, like, tone curves and delays and verbs into your vocal. Try it on lead vocals. It's really cool. True Iron from Kazrog. Kazrog is probably the best company at modeling vintage gear out there. They have amazing stuff. And this, again, is another vibe box, and it just models, you know, hitting transformers hard, which is what I do with the Verymu. So on individual channels, when I want that kind of Verymu transformer sound, but I don't want compression, then I'll grab the True Iron. Number 5 is Sound Radix Auto Align 2. I think I'm using this on both mixes tonight. Anytime I have one-shots that hit together, like an 808 and a kick, or multiple kicks layered together, or multiple snares layered together, it's always checked with Auto Align 2. Anytime I have a live drum kit or 2 microphones, like a bass DI and a bass mic, it's Auto Align 2. Number 4 is Audio Movers Listen To. I just showed it to you. This thing's been a game changer for me. It allows me to check my work on my phone. If I want to put it to the speakers on the stereo and put it out the stereo speakers, I can do that. If I want to take my phone and listen in the kitchen while I'm making lunch and just loop the mix, it's an incredible, and your clients can be with you in real time listening to what you are working on exactly. And the two of you can be listening on Audio Movers and making notes in real time back and forth and tightening up your mix to a finish line that you might not have been able to get just with email notes. All right, number 3, Schwab Digital Gold Clip. Everybody that used Gold Clip knows. So Gold Clip is an emulation of the famous Lavery Gold mastering, and it had this clipper circuit in it, and Ryan Schwab figured out how to fucking exactly do that clipper circuit. It sounds incredible. This is a great finishing box, and it's also really dope on kick drums, but kick drums, if I'm going to use a clipper, I tend to use Ryan's orange clip. Number 2, man, another game changer for me this year, UAD AMS RMX 16. This is an emulation of a really old reverb from, like, I don't know, the 70s or maybe early 80s. But I dial it up straight to non-lin 2. This goes on a ton of snare hits. It goes on a ton of vocals when I want a really dense start to my vocal and I want like presence without the sense of reverb. This thing's fantastic for it. But it also, if you want that like really big gated reverb sound, non-lin right here. I use the crap out of non-lin. And the number 1 plugin of the year for 2024 for me is RX11 from Isotope. What is even happening right now? These guys This stuff just keeps getting better. I mean, I remember Rebalance started with, I think, RX7, and they just keep improving the algorithms, and 11 is a very significant improvement over 10. I was blown away.